Oh my God. Homegirl told me, okay, in my DMs on Instagram, homegirl told me that I treat Aquarius with kid gloves. And when it comes to the hard hitting questions, I do not address them. Now, normally I would have just ignored her. I'd have been like, yeah, whatever. But she said it to me in such a way that was respectful. You know, she approached me and she told me she wanted to discuss it. I was open to it and she made a statement. So I said, look here, if you think that I don't hit on the hard hitting questions, give me 3 hard hitting questions and I will answer them on camera for you and everybody else. And the other Aquarius in the audience can talk about these questions too. Okay? So a couple days later, she sent me 3, I think it's 3. She sent me 3 questions. And I said, okay, I'm not even going to read these questions. I'm going to put these in my phone and I'm going to read them on camera and I'm going to answer them. So here you go, my dear Pisces. I am answering your questions, the hard-hitting questions that you gave me. But first, I'm going to do the introduction. Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Unsaid Haru. And thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody, anybody, everybody that might like it too. And drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And stick around to the end of the video if you have time, because I'm going to read and respond to 2 other positive comments, and one of them could be yours. Likewise, if you would like to get a reading done, please email me. My email is underneath this video. You want to hit me up on social media? Bam, underneath this video. All my links are underneath there to social media, Patreon, PayPal. Everything is underneath this video. So check it out right underneath there. I put everything that you might want to know in writing. Okay? All right, guys. So let's see these hard-hitting questions. I want to see this. I bet you I answered these already. I bet you I've touched on it before, because everybody thinks that I treat Aquarius with kid gloves, but I really don't, because the Aquarius complain and say I be digging in their back. So which one is it? Am I too easy on them or am I digging in their back? Which one? All right, so here go number 1. And you know I can't see good, so I'm going to be squinting through this. Number 1, it says, why are you, Aquarius, so scared of accepting the love people have for you? Well, hello. Why are you so scared? All right, so I'm not as scared of accepting love that people have for me. As a matter of fact, me and most Aquarius I know, especially those of us in the 3rd decan, are pretty romantic. And we like love. We're the sign of friendship, you know? Love is not a bad thing. This is where the problem comes in. Aquarius, most of us anyway, we know the intensity of feelings, okay? So we're not going to just accept love from somebody if we're not certain about them or if we not feeling them in that way. A lot of people get mad at Aquarius for not, they say to me, well, why won't you let people love you? It's not about letting them love me or not. Is, do I want to love them? You could be in love with me and think that I am, you know, the best thing since sliced bread, and I cannot like you. I can have no feelings for you. I could think that you're not my type. I could think that we're not compatible. I could think a number of different things. And the problem is that in these cases, you don't know if the Aquarius is not accepting the love because they just don't love that person, or because if there's another reason. But speaking strictly for myself, it's not a fear of the love. If I met somebody that I really trusted, if I met somebody that I was really feeling, I would be with them. I'm wide open to that. Remember I told you guys when I got this ring, this was my symbol to the universe that I'm wide open to whatever. I'm open to staying single. I'm open to being in another relationship. I'm open to whatever the universe sees fit. So I'm not scared of it. I'm open to it. And a lot of Aquarius are. Not all of us, but a lot of us are. The problem is finding somebody that we trust and that we mesh with. Somebody that we feel a connection to. And if I don't feel that shit, I'm not letting you love me because I don't love you back. You know? And I'm not going to lead you on. And a lot of Aquarius won't tell you this. You'll be trying to love them, trying to call them, trying to come on by. You know, you'll be trying to give them love and affection. And the Aquarius just not accepting it, not saying anything, staying real like aloof or mysterious, not answering your calls, hitting you back when they feel like it, stuff like that. That's an Aquarius who's not accepting your love, but it's not because they're afraid. It's probably because they don't love you too. Or it's because of the fact that that's not the kind of relationship that they want to have. I've known a lot of Aquarius who've met somebody who was a nice person, but they were not feeling them. Haven't you ever met somebody that was really nice, but you just weren't feeling them? And this is what happens. And then people get mad at Aquarius and then say, oh, you're non-committal. You're afraid to accept love. Nah, if it was love from somebody that I was feeling, wild horses wouldn't drag me from accepting it. You know, if it was somebody I was feeling, nothing could stop me. Nothing could stop me. So we're not afraid of accepting the love. Now, there are some Aquarius who don't want to get into a relationship, and that's not so much accepting the love, but they don't want to accept the commitment because they're not sure about the person. So it's not like, oh, they're never going to commit, or they don't want to commit. They're just not sure about the person. And I've come to find the longer you've been with somebody and you still not sure about them, something's wrong. If you've been seeing somebody for years and years and years and you're still not sure about them, something is going on. And that does happen too. So that's question number 1. Number 2. Then she said, how can you be so oblivious? Oh, she going in, ain't she, y'all? How can you be so oblivious to other people's emotions? Oh, wow. Oblivious to other people's emotions. It's not that we're oblivious to other people's emotions. It's that we don't want to go through the emotional drama with the other person. Emotion is very difficult for Aquarius. It's difficult. It's like drowning in water. You know, it's hard for us to navigate. Once you know how to swim, it's a little bit better. But water, all that emotion I see is water, because in the elements and in tarot and in spirituality, emotion is water. So Aquarius is air. So we're okay with a little bit of water. We the water bearers. We got water in our jugs. We coming up with water, but not too much. And the problem is that other people's emotions sometimes are too much. So we're not oblivious to them. We're ignoring them. We're detaching from them. We're trying not to deal with them because it's too much. Or because the person is a drama queen. And I'm going to be honest with you, because Aquarius might not always tell you this, but some people are drama queens. Some people are drama queens, and some people are constantly throwing up all their negative emotions on you. And Aquarius, we just don't do well with that. So I don't think that the Aquarius are oblivious to other people's emotions. I think that we have a tendency to ignore them. We have a tendency to detach from them. Shit, we detach from our own emotions. So you think yours can't get it? If I can detach and compartmentalize my own emotions, you think I'm going to be dealing with yours? Like, no. I'm going to deal with my emotions as best I can, and I'm going to deal with your emotions when the two of us can talk in a logical manner. If you want an Aquarius to deal with your emotions, you have to talk to them from a logical standpoint. And to most people, this sounds absurd, because how do you talk about emotions logically? Well, you can. You sit down and you calmly talk through your emotions without snapping, without getting upset, without crying, without slamming phones, without leaving me 2 and 3 paragraph text messages about how you feel about dinner last night. You know, that kind of stuff is hard for us. We need you to kind of, you know, hold some of that back, you know, help us a little bit out by, you know, spoon feeding us that emotional stuff kind of slowly, especially when we're not used to it, you know? So I don't think we're oblivious to it. It's that a lot of times we're just ignoring it, especially if you talk to an Aquarius about your feelings and your Aquarius gives you no answer or like a one-word answer. Your Aquarius hears you. They're not oblivious. They just don't want to deal with it. And that's a problem. Don't get it twisted. That is a problem sometimes because if you're in a relationship with somebody, they expect you to deal with their emotions the same way you expect them to deal with yours. You know, it's supposed to be reciprocal, but when it's too much, it becomes overwhelming. So if you want your Aquarius to talk through your emotions and understand your emotions, respond to your emotions, you got to calmly sit and talk through them. Then we'll do it. If it's going to be crying, screaming, yelling, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm a clam up 9 times out of 10. You know, I have somebody right now, she wants to be closer to me. We're family members. She wants to be closer to me. I don't trust her. I don't want her, but so close to me. So she keeps coming forward, inviting me to things or saying things or sending me things. She keeps coming forward, but I don't want to go there. And I already know it's going to be a lot of emotional manipulation because that's what she does. So instead of me listening to her, hearing her out, I just keep a distance. So it may seem to her like I totally ignore her feelings or I'm oblivious to her feelings. But the truth is I'm ignoring her feelings because I'm not going to allow her to emotionally manipulate me with her feelings. And she's done it before. So it depends on where the person is in this situation. If you've never tried to emotionally manipulate your Aquarius, it's just because they're having a hard time dealing with the emotions. So try to talk with them calmly and you might get a better response. Number 3, will you ever learn that some things are best left unsaid? Hooah, yeah, right after I say them. Right after I say them, I'm going to realize, damn, just like Hagrid shouldn't have said that. That is a true statement. Some things are best left unsaid. And Aquarius do have a tendency to have that, what I call foot in the mouth syndrome. Sometimes we're feeling something so strong and we say whatever that something is, and we should not have said that. And like I said, sometimes we realize afterwards, and sometimes we never do realize that the other person tells us, or we never figure that out. But you're right about that one. Some things are best left unsaid. And the Aquarius, will we ever figure that out? I would say the more sensitive the Aquarius is, then yeah, they'll figure that out. The more sensitive they are, they have to, you know, start to be sensitive to their own feelings, tap into kindness, tap into consideration. If you have an Aquarius that doesn't believe in any of those kind of things, then they probably won't ever figure it out. Aquarius, especially Aquarius in an argument, are liable to say anything. So you're right, foot in the mouth syndrome. You're 100% correct. And that is something that some of us work on and some of us just don't. Some of us just have that verbal diarrhea and we just talk and don't even think about it until after the fact, and then it's too late. So those are my answers to your hard-hitting questions, Miss Pisces. And I hope that that answers your questions. It's not an excuse. It is what it is. I'm just telling you what it is, you know. I can't make excuses for Aquarius or myself, for any of us, really. All I can do is explain. Okay? All right, guys, let's take a look at these popular top comments, these positive comments. This one came from Lizelle Johnson, and she said, Queen, may I ask you, What happened if an Aquarius asked to kiss you in public? Is he serious about you? Just because he kissed you in public doesn't mean he's serious about you. Aquarius is freak sometimes. You know, I've been known to kiss in public. Like, what? One time I was kissing in the parking lot. This real, when I met the Taurus, she's Puerto Rican and she's gorgeous. And I remember I wanted to kiss her so bad. The whole time we were sitting there drinking coffee, I was just like, God damn. And we got to the parking lot and I don't know what it was. It was just like a magnetic force. We just came together and started kissing in the parking lot. So I wasn't serious about her. I just met her like 20 minutes before that. Well, no, I met her online and that was our first time seeing each other in public. And I wasn't serious about her. I was just hot. I'm just hot. That's all. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're serious about you. It could just mean that they got taken up in the moment, you know? The only way to know if an Aquarius is serious about you is to ask them and then to watch how they treat you. If an Aquarius is serious about you, they are very into you. They're very passionate about you, you know? And if they're not that, then they're not into you. Just watch the actions and the energy. Kibi Girly. What's up, Kibi? Kibi said, my professor is a Gemini and my dad is a Gemini. Love them both. We have a weird comic relationship and I understand both faces if you know what I mean. Yeah, because Geminis are the twins and they're always two different people. I went to college with a Gemini and sometimes he was so immature. He was such a baby sometimes. I mean, just like a high school kid, you know? And other times he acted like a grumpy old man. I mean, literally. And you never knew which one was going to show up that day. So it used to irritate me because I might need one or the other that day and the wrong one shows up. So it would be irritating to me, you know? But he was fun. He was very comical and we chilled all through college. So yeah, he was cool. People always tell me to date a Gemini because I'm into Libras. So they always tell me, you need to leave them Libras alone because they always going to act up. They always going to betray you. They always going to be lying. And I'm like, not all of them. Come on, y'all. But people always tell me, leave them alone and get a Gemini. Now, I haven't heard always the best things about Geminis. So I haven't really been gung-ho to try it. But I have heard that, and if I met a Gemini that I liked, I would definitely explore the possibility. Because I heard from other people that Aquarius and Gemini actually, in a romantic relationship, get each other. Like we really get each other, according to others. So I'll let you know. If I ever meet a Gemini that I'm into, you guys will be the first to know. I'm not seeing anybody right now. I ain't been seeing nobody for a long time. I'm talking about right now. I ain't been seeing nobody for a long time. It's been like years. It's been like 4 years. It's been a long time. But if I do, you'll be the first to know. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.